Hi, good evening. And my name is Jeff Salkert. For my 5 hour volunteer experience, I had the opportunity to work very closely with a few of the coaches over at NC Volleyball Academy. Um, I chose NC Volleyball Academy because I had a um, my sister and her husband both actually work at this specific organization, and in general, it's actually a organization that is very close to my avatar and how I see um, essentially myself working through my jobs, going into my career, and really just overall how I, you know, see an organization being run in itself. So Ross Fields, who's pictured over here on the right, is the head volleyball coach for one of the many teams over at NC Academy. He currently is the coach for 13 Jade. So for each of the age groups, there's anywhere between 3 and 7 teams who compete at that age group, and they travel around the country. Most of the time, they're playing their games and tournaments on the East Coast, but occasionally they'll move out west, places like Arizona, Texas, not quite out to California and Washington, but in general, they do play a lot of their tournaments traveling. And so my main responsibility for Ross was to observe him and help him with any of his video editing, as well as help him out with sending out emails and just overall helping him run his team in any areas that I could really help him out with. Obviously, he has a lot more expertise with this since he's been doing it for around 10 years now, but overall, he really appreciated me helping out, coming to some of the practices. Unfortunately, I was not able to actually get any videos of the practices themselves. I didn't feel like it was very appropriate considering we have young girls, and um, I didn't feel very comfortable recording them and asking the permission of all the parents to actually be able to submit that. So unfortunately, I did not get any videos, but they were actually at a tournament down in Georgia this past weekend, where unfortunately this is a low quality picture, but um, this is one of the many courts that they were actually playing at. Um, Essentially, from day to day, the coaches will give lessons, they'll coach practices. They need their own equipment, as in they need iPads, they need laptops, just really any technology that's going to allow them to not only take videos but also send out emails, any notifications, anything like that that's going to help out parents and anybody else who's in the organization. Again, get organized and really know when things are going on and get kind of the ball rolling a little bit. So, in general, my volunteer experience was very very informative. It's not exactly an organization that I see myself working at long term if I was to ever apply for a job like this. It's not really my sport, so I wouldn't really be trying to work at a volleyball facility necessarily. If it was golf, baseball, or basketball, I could see myself working at an organization like that just because I have more skills and knowledge in those areas than I would, of course, in the areas of volleyball itself. But in general, I really enjoyed my time helping out Ross a lot, and occasionally his wife Casey, who's my sister. I didn't quite get a lot of time with her herself, since I know that she likes to be very hands on with a lot of her video editing, and Ross actually said that it would be a lot more help to him if I helped him with the video organization and just editing in general. So he really did appreciate it, and he shared some insights about how exactly he is going to deal with team finances, things like that. So a lot of inside information that normally someone who was just observing wouldn't necessarily see that side of the team. They wouldn't see the money that goes into it. They wouldn't see the budgeting, the travel, things of that nature that is really required for a volleyball team to compete and grow. But watching an organization like that gave me a lot of ideas for if I were to down the line want to open my own organization of this kind. I definitely would feel a lot more comfortable than I did when I first started. So overall, it was a great experience. Really learned a lot. Loved working alongside Ross and a few of the other members of the organization. But it was definitely a great learning experience, and I'm looking forward to doing some similar things in the future.